Um, Good morning to everybody. My name is Michael Jones. I am the president of Team A BlueTech in San Diego, California. We are thrilled to have you here. This is I think it's our fifth webinar, monthly webinar. We have people that are dialing in from many countries around the world. So welcome to all of you. So today is August 20, and let's jump right into it. Melissa, next slide. So the third Thursday of every month, we are doing a webinar. You can see here our coming dates. Today is big data. Next month is water, wastewater. October is aquaculture, biomarine. After that will be ocean cleanup, marine debris. Our purpose is to bring people together from really around the world, all kinds of people, investors, management, academics, joint venture partners, channel partners, technology partners. We don't know what all of our companies need, and their needs change over time. Our presenters are small to medium-sized enterprises looking for partners around the world. And for us, if it's wet, it's blue. So it's both water and ocean. The agenda is the same each month. We do a quick hello, and then we ask a featured speaker to talk, and then we get into the 10-minute presentations from each companies. And we will ask you to provide your questions through the chat feature. Next, please. BlueTech Week, our topic is aqua optimism, BlueTech and SDGs. Aqua instead of ocean because we are both ocean and water. Every day we will have people from around the world, and as I said, we will start at 7:30 in the morning and finish at 12:30 West Coast time, something we've not done before. And then 2 days we'll be doing something with Asia as well. Please let us know if you have ideas and people that might want to speak. Obviously, we're looking for sponsors and companies that want to be involved in our virtual exhibits as well. Next, please. BlueTech Week, become a sponsor, become a speaker, and registration will open, I think, by the end of next week. We've got a whole bunch of great speakers lined up, not just these. These are primarily our keynote speakers, but you can see from Craig McLean from NOAA, the chief scientist of NASA. Jim Delgado is the head of underwater archaeology at NOAA. John Bell, under which all water and ocean basically rolls up the European Commission. Charlie Ray, vice commandant of the Coast Guard, and Rick Spinrad, former chief scientist of NOAA, on our Friday the 20th, which will be our kind of a policy day for the first time. Next, please. Great team, and all the things we do would be absolutely impossible without Melissa, Shara, Tamara, and Tak. Thank you for all you do for Team A BlueTech, but beyond that, for the ocean and water community. You guys are really a great team. Next, please. By the way, I like that picture because it makes me look thinner. Everybody look thinner. So a general disclaimer, we're not going to read this, but we hope that there are investors on the phone, and we hope that somebody might say, I want to go invest in this company, but we're obviously not providing investment advice. Next, please. When you signed up to receive this information, you went onto our emailing list. We made that very clear, but you can always go off at any time you want. But that's the only way really to conveniently find out about BlueTech Global Connect, about BlueTech Week, and the various other events that we do. Thanks. Next. Please set yourself to mute if you're not, and we would suggest you turn your camera off other than our presenters, and then use the chat conversation function for questions to presenters. Next, please. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce really our friend and Carl Goldman, the director of the U.S. Integrated Ocean Observing System. We have been dealing with IOOs for, Carl, 6-7 years at least, and it's been an amazing, I would say, partnership in the sense that we think the work they do is critically important. Carl followed on the heels of Zdinka Willis, who's now the president of the Marine Technology Society, and really a great team that they have had over the years. So, Carl, thank you for being with us this morning, and I know that you will be moderating the Q&A after the companies present, so I'd like to turn it over to you for your presentation.
Thank you, Michael. I'm glad to be here today talking about blue technology and big data. And as Michael mentioned, we've been partnering and working together for years. I have the privilege of being the director of the Integrated Ocean Observing System Office, which is housed within NOAA. I'm going to do a quick run through of what our mission is in IUCE and why I'm happy to be here and teeing off these discussions today and get to the real interesting part with our company briefings. So IUCE is intended to be integrating all ocean coastal Great Lakes data from the head of tide to the EEZ within the US. And we do that, if you start at the bottom of that slide, at a regional scale and then up to the national level with all of the agencies that might be doing similar work, similar mission space, and we connect into the global system. So it's basically a big data management project, but it's really to apply those data for decisions every day. And that's what we're going to hear from companies, how they're taking data in new ways and new technologies and making it applicable for decisions and business opportunities. Within IUCE, we have legislation that passed in 2009. There's actually a House bill that passed in this session of Congress and a Senate bill just recently passed. So we're hoping they reconcile and reauthorize the program. And we have 7 societal goals, and those can be boiled down into the 4 mission areas that are written there on the slide, everything from predicting weather and climate variability to safe and efficient transportation and commerce to safety at sea, safety in your homes on the coasts, et cetera, and healthy ecosystems and water quality as well. So many of the blue tech themes are right in our wheelhouse. Context right now in the world, we have a lot going on with recognition of the value of ocean science and technology for business and economic growth and sustainability. And the pictures on the slide here are that we've got a White House decadal document on ocean science and tech. There's the UN Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development Goals is being kicked off this coming year. And we had a huge conference last year that happens every decade, OceanOBS 19, and we've got a lot of community white papers written for that conference, and we're already thinking towards the next one 10 years from now. So there's a lot going on in terms of moving us forward into the next decade. It's really exciting times. My office is undertaking the second Ocean Enterprise Study. We were inspired by the work that TMA BlueTech did in San Diego and did a study in 2015 in partnership with them and Aris Corporation. And this is the results on this slide. We've got over 410 companies in the US that are in that provider or intermediary space in those bubbles down on the right. And their revenues were estimated to be $7 billion per year in 2015. So we're doing a new survey this year to get comparison results and trends over time. That map on the screen you see is the where those companies were located back in the 2015 study. So it's going to be interesting to see the change over time. And we added a couple of COVID-related questions right at the very end before the survey went out this year. So hopefully we may be able to tease out a little bit of impact of what's going on today. We know it's been devastating for some of the industries, so it's going to be interesting to see the results. And that hopefully the study report will be out by the end of the calendar year. How we do our work within this enterprise, we've got academic, tribal, state players at the regional scale, nesting into that national system, national programs that do everything from mapping and charting to tides and currents to satellite observations and providing information to people every day. We work through sort of technology communities to apply problems and then bring people together. So we do that through partnerships, and we support with ocean observing data and information. We also support new research capabilities, and we're also infusing innovation and technology into our systems all the time. And my last slide, because I'm really supposed to be brief here, is to highlight that within NOAA, we have 6 new strategies. The website at the bottom there is where they are located now. 5 of them have been reviewed enough that they're out of draft mode, and they're our strategies. And one of them, the citizen science strategy, is still in draft and out for public comment. So these are sort of cross-cutting capabilities, and I thought it'd be relevant for this community to be aware of those. And so I could talk all day about IUCE, and I often do, but that's the sum of my presentation to give you sort of that big picture context, and I look forward to the briefings and to the question and answer session after. Thank you, Michael.
Carl, that's great. First of all, you're just so succinct, but those 6 areas I think are very exciting. And I knew that some work was being done on this, but I hadn't seen that slide. So really, really exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I had to update it yesterday because of the 2 new ones just recently got onto that website. So it's good that it's 6 now.
Yeah, no, that's incredible work. You know, there are so many institutions really around the world. You know, whether it's the NOC in the UK or EU and the work they're doing. Obviously, NOAA is one of those really organizations that we all admire, and the work that the ioCurrents group is doing, as we said, is really the tip of the spear in terms of gathering data. So, congratulations for that. Okay, so we're going to move on now to our topic and our 3 presenting companies. Again, use the chat feature to put your questions forward. Carl will be looking for them and then trying to get as many out as possible. Our first speaker will be Sylvain von Diais, a French company and a member of one of our partner clusters in France. When OLSPS, which is a BlueTech innovator out of South Africa, that's also a member of ours. And then ioCurrents, very interesting company up in the Seattle Bay Area, again, a member of ours in the United States. So 3 innovative companies from 3 different countries, which is always our goal. So without any further ado, I'd like to turn over, Sylvain, to you at DICE.